Good afternoon. So we are now on to our last white rose lesson of the week, which is called Dividing by 100. I'm going to start from question 7 today. So let's look at this first question. Eva and Tommy collect gems in a computer game. Each gem is worth 100 points. I'm going to underline my key information. At the end of the game, Eva has 4,300 points and Tommy has 800 points. How many gems did they collect in total? Remembering the word total means add. There's my question. Okay, so looking at that question, I think the first thing I'm going to do is find out how many gems Eva won and how many gems Tommy has won, and then I can work out how many they've got in total. So I could do this as a 3-step problem. So step 1, Eva. Eva has got 4,300 points. To find out how many gems she wants, I'm going to divide by 100, which means she's got 43 gems. Step 2, let's look at Tommy. Tommy, he has 800 points. Divide 800 by 100 tells me that he won 8 gems. Let's go back to the question. How many gems did they collect in total? So to find the total, which is step 3, we have 43 and 8, which means in total they collected 51 gems. Moving on. Use the digit cards to fill in the gaps. You may use each digit card once only. Right, we've really got to use our brains here. 3 something times 100 is something 400. Well, if I've got a 3 at the beginning of my number sentence, this number here must be a 3. So 3 something times 100 is 3,400, and the answer is 34. Here we go. We have a dash and a 2. So we've got a 2-digit number that ends in a 2 divided by 100 equals 6,000 something. That must be a 2. So 6,200 divided by 100 is 62. And finally, I've got 2 5s here next to each other. So I've got 55. So I need to make sure that those 2 5s are represented in my beginning number. So that must be a 5. So 5,500 equals something times 55. Well, we know that that must be 100, but we don't have 100 here. We have 10 times something. Also, you know that 10 times 10 is 100. So your answer there is 10. Okay, this is the last question. The side length of a square is 1,200 centimeters. Okay, what is the perimeter of the square in meters? Straight away, I'm looking at that word meters and I'm looking at our units here, centimeters. And I know that the question requires us to make a conversion. We need to find out how many meters there are in 1,200 centimeters. So 1,200 divided by 100, because there are 100 centimeters in a meter, equals 12. So the length of each side here is 12 meters. Now, the perimeter around the outside of the shape is the distance around the outside of the shape. So if I started here, it is this length, add this length, add this length, add this length. But we know about the properties of a square. We know that each side is of equal length. So we've either got 12, add 12, add 12, add 12, or we can say 4 times 12. So our answer is 48 meters. Now the second part to our question has many solutions. A rectangle has the same perimeter. What could the length and width of the rectangle be? So there are many and various answers to this. I'm going to draw a rectangle to begin with. I know that the perimeter, that's this length, this length, this length, and this length, all equal 48. And because we know about the properties of a rectangle and that the opposite sides are of equal length, we know that this length here and this length here are half of the total perimeter. So if our total perimeter is 48, 48 divided by 2 is 24. So this horizontal length and this vertical length must equal 24 meters. So let's say if this is 20 meters, this must be 4 meters. And then I would have 20 at 20, which is 44, and 4, which is 8, 48 meters. Let's try another one. Let's try a skinny one. If this one here was 23 meters, this would be 23 meters, which means this and this makes a total of 24 meters. So my overall perimeter would be 48 meters. Brilliant. Well done. If you've managed to get through the week and got all of those questions done. There are some tricky ones there. We'll move on to more next weekend, but have a good weekend and relax. Bye. Bye.